College football is almost here, and you're seeing some top 25 polls start to come out. The coaches poll was released. The AP poll comes out next week. Content creators are coming up with their own, so I thought I would do the same. Harrison Graham's 4 Verts top 25 heading into the 2025 season. That's coming up here on today's show. And listen, we've been NFL heavy this offseason, but I love college football. And if you want more college content, prove it to us. Hit that like button. Listen, a lot of our content is audience dictated. Right now we have more NFL subscribers, more NFL fans. So want more college football content, hit the like button. Subscribing helps prove that you want more college coverage. Okay. 25-1. I'm going to go with the Texas A&M Aggies. In most polls, you see them in the 20s. Marcel Reed is who they're going to roll with at quarterback this year. He ended up being the guy late in the season last year. Really good athlete, really good runner. Throws a nice deep ball. Inconsistent overall as a passer. So if they're going to be a playoff contender, he's going to have to take a step forward. Obviously, Connor Wegman did not work out. He ended up transferring to Houston. Should be good on defense again with Mike Elko at the helm, but it's going to come down a lot to the quarterback play. Okay, the Oklahoma Sooners at 24. I think this is one of the higher variance teams in the country this year. They bring in John Mateer and his OC Arbuckle from Washington State. They take over the offense in Norman. We know the defense is going to be good with Brent Venables. That's one area he has undoubtedly improved the program. But the offense has been a mess since Lincoln Riley left. Outside of the year Dylan Gabriel was there. I like Mateer. He's mobile. He can make plays. To me, this is anywhere from a 5 or 6 win team to a 10-11 win team that could push for a playoff spot. We'll find out. Michigan week 2 should be a good test. Okay, the Kansas State Wildcats, 23 here. Avery Johnson's a tremendous athlete at quarterback. He can really run. He can make plays. Can he take the next step as a passer? Good deep ball, kind of like Marcel Reed in a lot of the sense. He can throw the ball good vertically, but can he get through his progressions? Can he make enough plays? If he can, I think they'll be pretty good. Got to replace DJ Giddens at running back, but they typically plug and play there, so keep an eye on the Cats in the Big 12. The Ole Miss Rebels at 22, obviously got to replace Jackson Dart, but Simmons taking over there. I think Austin Simmons is his name. Lefty gunslinger. A lot of talent. He's got good arm talent there. And Lane Kiffin, his system's pretty QB-friendly, a lot of RPOs. So they should be good offensively. If they can be good defensively, should be right there in the mix in the SEC. I got Tulane as my highest-ranked Group of 6 team. They get Jake Retzlaff, the BYU transfer, to commit there. I don't think they've named him the starter, but I would imagine he starts. He had BYU on the precipice of a college football playoff team last year. Didn't quite get there, but they won 10 games. Obviously, he was going to get suspended there for violation of university guidelines, all that stuff. But if you could play at a high level, I think the Green Wave are the front runners to get that G6 spot. All right, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders. I'm not fully buying into the hype, but in an NIL world, when you commit the second most amount of money in the country in NIL funding, you're going to have a lot of talent. Can Joey McGuire put it all together from a coaching standpoint? Baron Morton is an experienced quarterback. They've spent a lot of money. They've got this billionaire oil guy funding the program. This is a big year for McGuire. If they underachieve, they're going to replace him at head coach because they've got the resources that not many in the Big 12 do. Okay, Florida at number 19. Their schedule is a gauntlet. So they could be a top 20 team and only win 7 games. Like, that's very much on the table. But I'm a big DJ Lagway fan. I think he's the real deal. I think it's going to be him and Arch Manning duking it out in that 2027 draft for who's going to be QB1. Big, physical, big arm, can run. I like him a lot. I thought he flashed a ton last year. And Billy Napier, for his faults, is a good offensive mind. So I think they could be very dangerous. But kind of like Oklahoma, high variance team because tough schedule. Defense has question marks, but they've got the quarterback. Okay, the Tennessee Volunteers at number 18. Obviously, Nico Iamaleava transferred to UCLA, but they bring in Aguilar from I believe it was App State is where he was playing. Or no, he was at App State, then UCLA. They kind of flipped, I believe. Nico to UCLA, Aguilar to Tennessee. I think that's right. I have to double check. He's likely going to start. kind of like Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, Josh Heupel's system is very QB friendly. They're going to spread you out, throw a lot of verticals, throw a lot of curls, screens, run between the tackles. So, they'll be good on offense. The defense has improved a lot the last couple of years. Obviously, coming off a playoff appearance, we'll see if they can take that next step. Who do you think is better next year? Because I think these programs are in a similar spot. Tennessee more skins on the wall the last couple of years, but Lagway at quarterback's kind of an equalizer. Tennessee, Florida, who has a better 2025? Okay, Indiana at 17, one of the surprise teams in college football last year. Curtis Rourke led them to the playoff. Obviously, Cignetti's a pretty good head coach, although I still think he coached like a word I'm not going to say on this program in the college football playoff. But listen, you go to Indiana, win 11 games, you're doing something right. And I think they upgraded at quarterback. Francisco Mendoza, the Cal transfer, has a rocket of an arm. I watched that full game against Miami when they actually lost. Cam Ward came back, but he played really well in that game. I think they got a chance to be pretty good again, and the schedule's not that tough again in the Big Ten. I think Indiana's could be a repeat playoff team this year. Okay, Iowa State, love their quarterback, Rocco Beck. I'm a big Matt Campbell guy. I think he's a good coach. They always have good running backs. They're always good on defense. Big 12 is wide open. I think they're one of about 6 teams that could win that conference, so keep an eye on the Cyclones. Top 15 we go. SMU, the Mustangs, who were a surprise playoff team a year ago. I know he shit the bed against Penn State in the playoff, but I do like Kevin Jennings at quarterback. He can run. He's got a good arm. Brashard Smith, they got to replace him at running back, but pretty good in the trenches. A lot of guys on defense coming back. If Jennings takes another step forward, they'll be in the mix in the ACC. Lenoris Sellers, I'm buying stock. The South Carolina quarterback, 6'3", 245, big arm. He can really run around as well. They lost a lot of talent to the NFL, but I think Sellers has a chance to be the best quarterback in the country. So we'll see if they kind of become that playoff team or kind of fall back to earth a bit. A lot of it will depend on how good Sellers plays this year. Miami, they've been top 8, top 10 in a lot of preseason polls. I'm not there. They were horrendous on defense last year. They should be a little bit better, but I'm also guessing they're going to be worse on offense. Carson Beck is not Cam Ward. Now, I think he'll play better than what he did at Georgia last year, just based on the competition. The ACC is not the SEC, so I still think he'll be solid. But that defense, man, it was a rough watch a year ago. They got to get a lot better on that side. I think they'll be good. I'm not sure they're quite a playoff team. Arizona State, I think the front runner in the Big 12, obviously made the playoff last year, had Texas beat before giving up a 4th and 13. Sam Levitt's back at quarterback. Obviously, Cam Scadaboo's a big loss, but Jordan Tyson at receiver is a stud. They have a second receiver that people view as an NFL draft pick as well. I'm a big fan of their coach. Dillingham's doing a great job there. They've got some NIL funding as well. I think they're the team to beat in the Big 12, even though I do think it's a wide-open conference. The Illinois Fighting Illini, folks. I don't know if there's a coach doing a better job than what Brett Bielema is doing at Illinois. I mean, Illinois is not a football school. It is a basketball school. I get they got decent NIL funding, so that helps, but they are churning out these 9-win, 10-win seasons, man. Luke Altmaier, veteran quarterback, he's back for another year. Some SEC teams were trying to poach him. He stayed loyal to Illinois. I think they could kind of be this year's Indiana, where under the radar, make the playoff, could be a dangerous team. Okay, top 10. Alabama at 10. I've seen them as high as 6. I don't know. Something feels off. When you're AD, the AD of Alabama has to go to Twitter late last fall, and I don't want to use the word beg, but ask for NIL funding. That's a red flag to me. I think in this NIL world, Bama does not have the advantages as it used to. Now, they're always going to be a blue chip program. It's not like they don't have funding, but they don't have the wide gap that they once did. 1, Nick Saban's not there anymore, and 2, this NIL world, you got some big boosters. A school like Texas Tech could spend $50 million in an off season. So this Ty Simpson thing, I feel like Kalen DeBoer is trying to talk us into him. When he played a couple of years ago, it was not a good scene. I saw a couple clips from practice the other day that didn't look great. I'm kind of pumping the brakes on Bama here. I'll put them at 10. They have a lot of talent, but I still have questions about Kalen DeBoer's fit there as well. Do you guys believe in him? I believe in him as a college head coach. I don't know if I believe in him in terms of the heir apparent to Nick Saban. I think that's a tall order. if he goes another year without making the playoff, I mean, Bama fans are going to be firing him if that happens. So B for believe, D for don't. I think he's a good coach. I don't know if it's the right fit. I think this year will be very telling. I'm high on Michigan. They're closer to like 15 in most polls, but Bryce Underwood has an insane amount of talent. Now, Oklahoma in week 2 in Norman, that's a big challenge. I mean, this would be a year you'd like to have kind of a cupcake non-con if you were Michigan with a freshman quarterback, but we saw last year they had some of the worst quarterback in the country, still able to win 7 games, still able to beat Ohio State, still in most games that they played in. If Underwood is just above average, I think they can threaten for double-digit wins. That winner of Oklahoma-Michigan in week 2 instantly becomes a playoff contender. Okay, Notre Dame at number 8. It's all about the quarterback. They have like 3 guys in the competition. Defense is great. Marcus Freeman's doing a hell of a job. I think they have the best running back in the country coming back in, what's his name? Colin, help me out. Jeremiah Love. I was going to say Bryce Love. Shout out to the old Stanford running back. But Notre Dame, he's got it churning there. It's all about the QB position. Can they get adequate play? Because even last year, Riley Leonard wasn't special, and they got to the national title game. So we'll see what that position looks like. All right, I'm going to buy LSU here. This might be a mistake because I don't love, kind of like DeBoer's fit at Bama. That feels odd to me. The Kelly fit at LSU, Brian Kelly, that has not gone super well. But I think Garrett Nussmeier is really good. They always have multiple elite receivers. We'll see if the offensive line is more consistent this year. We'll see if they can run the ball. It's just they have not been able to play defense there, which Brian Kelly always had good defenses at Notre Dame. So that's been what's held him back. But Nussmeier's in the mix to be a top 5 pick this year or in the next draft. So I'm going to buy LSU, even though I'm a little reluctant to do it. Oregon at number 6, I am buying the Ducks. You want to take, I actually think they're going to be better this year than they were last year. I think they are going to be better at quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is a fine college football player, put up a bunch of numbers in his 6 seasons in college. But I think that they are going to be better, or at least have a chance to be better and more explosive with Dante Moore. Former 5-star recruit, flashed when he played at UCLA. It was inconsistent, probably wasn't quite ready to play as a true freshman. Transferred, sat behind a veteran in Dylan Gabriel last year. I think for you bettors out there, little Dante Moore Heisman future, I don't hate that play. I think he could put up some big numbers. The one thing, I'd have the Ducks higher. I think the Evan Stewart loss is notable. I think that's a big blow to that offense. I think he was going to be a 1,200-yard guy, so they got to find that production elsewhere at receiver. But I like what the Ducks are doing. I'm a Dan Lanning guy, so I got them at number 6 here. Georgia at 5, I don't know what to do with them. I know they're loaded. I know Kirby knows what he's doing. I'm not really a Gunnar Stockton fan. I did not like what I saw last year in limited action. He's kind of I don't know. He's kind of what I would view as like a good early 2000s quarterback. Like, he's a gamer. He's tough. But in 2025, you need a more talented gunslinger, in my opinion, and I don't really know if he's that. So we'll see. The good news, Georgia can kind of overcome average QB play to an extent, but I do think to win a national title in 2025, you need at least a certain level of talent there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll take the next step. I'm not sure if I buy it, though, but I still have him at 5. They are loaded on both sides. Clemson at number 4. This is Dabo's best team since Deshaun Watson or I guess Trevor Lawrence was there. They have 2 top 10 picks on the defensive line. Cade Klubnik, I don't love him as a pro prospect, but he's a very good college player. I thought he played well last year. They can run the football. Garrett Riley is one of the best OCs in college football. And they're playing in a conference that, just based on their talent, they should have a fairly easy time getting through their schedule, which probably means they'll get a first-round bye in the playoff. And if you get a bye, you got a really good shot to win the whole thing. Penn State at 3. Some people have them at 1. I'm going to go 3. They do have a lot coming back. Drew Aller showed me enough last year that I feel better about him. I still am not a believer in the sense of, can he win multiple big-time games in a row to win a national championship? Like, can he beat, hypothetically, a Texas, a Georgia, and another team en route to winning a natty? I'm not sure he can. I think he could win one of those games, but I need to see more consistency in the big games. But they have Katron Allen, Nick Singleton back at running back. They're loaded on defense. I think they got the most coming back outside of maybe Clemson among the elite teams. James Franklin's a big-time recruiter. He's also lost a lot of big games. So I think this is his best chance to win a national title with this team this year. I got Texas 2, Ohio State 1. We can talk about both of them here. Obviously, that's the big Week 1 matchup, which is just incredible. I'll give Ohio State the edge, even though you would take Arch Manning over the situation in Ohio State. Julian Sand probably going to start there. But Jeremiah Smith is the best player in the country, and the second best player in the country is Caleb Downs. When you have the two best players in college football, that goes a long way. At the collegiate level. It just does. They're always good on the offensive line. Even if the QB play isn't elite, it wasn't elite last year with Will Howard. It was just good. If it's good or better, they're going to have a chance. I'll give the Buckeyes the edge since they are the defending champs. And I think just with Texas, too, while I think they're going to be very, very good, the defense is stacked, we still don't know for sure about Arch Manning. Now, we don't know about Julian Sand, but we do know he has Jeremiah Smith to throw to. So both these teams are loaded. I can't wait for Week 1 in Columbus. Who do you guys think wins? Texas, Ohio State, Longhorns, Buckeyes? I remember when they had that home-and-home in the mid-2000s when Vince Young hit Lima Swede in the corner of the end zone in Columbus, and then the next year, the Buckeyes smoked Texas in Austin. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait to let us know if you think Texas or Ohio State wins. Just some honorable mentions here, some interesting teams to watch. I'm curious in the post-Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter world, how Deion's team looks at Colorado. He's got an interesting staff. Obviously, Warren Sapp's on staff, Marshall Faulk, Pat Shurmur. So I'm fascinated to see what they look like. Obviously, Belichick at North Carolina. That's interesting. They face my alma mater, TCU, in a sneaky big Week 1 game. I think the winner of that kind of enters the dark horse playoff discussion, so keep an eye on that one. Baylor's got a good quarterback coming back, and Sawyer Robertson. They sneakily went 8-4 last year, so they could be a dark horse playoff team out of the Big 12. Is this a year Nebraska takes a step? Patrick Mahomes Jr., a.k.a. Dylan Raiola, is he the real deal or not? He certainly flashed at times last year. Big year for Matt Rule. He needs to get that thing going. Boise State, how do they look like after losing Ashton Genty, Maddox Madsen back at quarterback? Florida State, are they a joke now? Was last year a fluke? Bama Week 1, so get ready. Kansas as well, if Jalen Daniels can stay healthy, I think they could win 8 or 9 games. I'm a big fan of Haynes King, the Georgia Tech quarterback, and I love that offense. They're going to be able to run the football well. And then Auburn, not because I think they're going to be that good, but if they suck, I think they got to fire Hugh Freeze. That has not gone well so far. So those are 10 other teams I'm keeping an eye on as we get ready for the season. But I love college football. Hopefully you guys do too. If you want more college content, hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. See you next time.